Hi friends, it's Sumi. So when I first learned that I had histamine intolerance, I knew that I wanted to heal myself naturally with food, but I was a little bit confused because I knew that with histamine intolerance, healing your gut was really important, but all the gut healing foods were also very high in histamine. Take, for example, bone broths. Bone broths, the longer you cook them, the more histamine you have in them. And for the past 8 years or so, I've been cooking my bone broths for over 24 hours. For beef stock, I would cook them for even 48 hours. So I realized that I was basically cooking a pot of histamine soup. And when I knew that I had histamine intolerance, obviously I didn't consume those soups anymore. So I decided to do a little bit of research and see if there was a way to make stock that was still healing your gut but didn't have high histamine. So I wanted to share with you guys today about what I do to make my low histamine stocks. So I invested in this pressure cooker right here to make my stocks. When you use a pressure cooker, you're able to make your stock in less time, but you're still going to get the same benefit as if you cooked it in a slow cooker, like a crock pot, for a really long time. So if you can, I would definitely invest in a pressure cooker. If not, a regular pot would probably work fine too. So if you're using a regular pot with your chicken, you're wanting to cook your chicken stock for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, okay? And one thing you want to keep in mind with chicken is that the skin is high in histamine. So if you're super sensitive, you can take the skin off and make your stock that way too. And with your beef, you want to cook your beef bones. This is knuckle bones, marrow bones, and some soup meat. You want to cook your beef stock for about 3 to 4 hours in a regular pot. So if you're using, I said 1.5 hours for chicken stock, maybe 2 hours, and 3 to 4 hours for beef stock. But if you're using this pressure cooker, you might be able to make it even faster. So experiment that and see how your stocks turn out. You know, the more gel you have, the better it is for healing your gut. And you can also add things like carrots or onions, whatever, vegetables work for you. You can add them to make your stock. Celery, onions, and also if you know that you can do things like ginger and thyme, that's another great thing to add since they're low histamine. Or they help lower your histamine. So that's basically how I make my low histamine stocks. Try it out, and if you have any questions or comments, please list them below. Okay, aloha!